Architects and engineers can collaborate on projects of any size or complexity thanks to Archicad's structural analytical model handling capabilities. Support for load handling and load-related data means architects and structural engineers can work together seamlessly without losing load-related information. Let's see a real project workflow. After generating the structural analytical model in Archicad, the engineer activates the relevant options in the SAF export translator to retain the load-related data. After that, they export the analytical model in SAF. After importing the SAF in the structural analysis software, for example SIA Engineer, the engineer adds loads, defines their values, and the related data. After that, the analytical model is exported and sent back to Archicad. Once in Archicad again, the engineer uses Model Compare to import only the changes, in this case, the loads. They then select the changes to be imported and add them to a new issue. After accepting all the changes, let's return to the 3D view, where all types of loads are shown as load elements. By selecting any of them, the load-related information is accessible in the Loads Settings dialog. The engineer can quickly edit these values and can even place new loads in Archicad if necessary, using the dedicated load tools: surface, line, or point loads. Moving forward with the project, the architect changes the geometry of a few beams. The analytical model is fully aligned with the physical model, and the loads follow the changes too. Then the engineer saves the analytical model in SAF again. After importing this version of the analytical model in SIA, all load-related information is updated and retained. There's no loss of information. Thanks to the support of loads, load-related data, and all released SAF versions up to version 2.0.0, engineers no longer need to recreate loads during round-trip collaboration, saving them time and effort, reducing the risk of errors, and making the entire collaboration faster and more efficient for both parties. Multi-segmented beams and columns generate a single 1D member in the analytical model based on the replacement profile. The engineer can control the alignment of this profile to better match the physical model. Let's look at an example of a multi-segmented beam. In its Settings dialog, we can see all its parameters, properties, and its reference axis, as well as the position of the 1D member and the replacement profile. The engineer can override the alignment of this profile here, which also changes the position of the analytical member. Engineers can now control even more complex geometries of real project scenarios thanks to the enhanced offset adjuster. In this example, the analytical members of a column and two beams do not intersect, so the model is disconnected. We need to offset the analytical members so that they intersect. The engineer will create a new combination of two rules to achieve this. The first rule is a column-to-beam offset. There are 4 new options here to define exactly how this offset should happen. We need one more rule, beam to column, to define the stretch of the beams. The new rules are automatically applied, the model is instantly updated, and the model is now continuous at the element's intersection. Engineers can easily manage situations where 2D analytical members partially overlap with another adjustment rule enhancement. In this example, the analytical members of the two slabs overlap at different heights and are disconnected. The engineer first creates a new offset rule to align the slabs in height. Then adds a cutback rule to eliminate the overlapping parts. The result is a better quality analytical model with less errors to fix in the analysis software. Engineers can save time by placing multiple supports to all selected load-bearing elements at once. Let's see how. Go to Design, Structural Analytical Elements, Create Structural Supports. After choosing the right options, click on Create, and all supports will be placed at once on all selected elements. Thanks to Archicad, collaboration with engineers is smoother and faster, saving time and resources. To learn more about Archicad, visit graphisoft.com.